Hey, this is Travis. Right now I'm taking you on a journey of a Web3 user who's first going into the Web3 ecosystem. We're looking at going from fiat currency into crypto through a centralized exchange. We just looked at in the last video creating a Web3 wallet and receiving crypto or transferring it from the exchange into the Web3 wallet. And now I want to pause a little bit on what a Web3 wallet is. I'm going to go more in depth on the different features within this wallet. And then specifically, I want to show you what a send transaction looks like. We're going to develop some more mental models around or some property, try to understand some properties of the underlying blockchain in the background that's powering all this Web3 stuff. So let's get into it. So if you remember, we just transferred 0.19 Ethereum into this wallet, and this is testnet Ethereum. We're up here on the Robston testnet right here. This is the Ethereum mainnet. This is where the Ether has real value, and then there's several other testnets down here. And a local host is what developers, people who are creating decentralized applications, they're going to use this down here to test their decentralized application locally before deploying it to the mainnet blockchain. But that's a little beyond where we're at right now. I will get into that territory in further videos where I talk about decentralized applications. But for now, we are just right here in this this MetaMask Ethereum wallet. Okay, buy is it's not really going to work for the testnet right here. If I go up to mainnet and I click buy, you have these third-party services like Wire, Transact, and then I've seen MoonPay and other wallets where we can use something like a credit card or a debit card to directly purchase Ether and have that land in the wallet. So that's a decent user experience. It's different from the crypto exchange because the fees are a little higher when you use a credit card as opposed to purchasing directly through an ACH transfer using your bank account on something like Coinbase. But that is a different on-ramp that you can use. We have this not connected up here. We're going to get into that later on, but this is the last phase in the journey right here. If I activate this last screen, when you connect to a decentralized application, then this up here will say connected, and this will be a green light. This account right here, if I copy it, it's just like copying your email address. This is my unique identifier on the Ethereum network. Okay, so it's kind of like my identity in some ways, but then also it points to my wallet. So if somebody wanted to send me Ether, then I would give them this address. What else is there? There's activity. We're going to see these transactions populate down here once we do a send transaction. If I go into accounts, we can create, import wallets. We've already seen that. This is the recovery process. If I go to settings, security, reveal secret phrase, if I type in my password, then we see this secret phrase that you saw in the previous video. I'm just trying to show you guys some different things in here. Connected sites. This remembers all the decentralized applications that you've been to. Account details. Here again, here's my my address. I can copy it. People can scan it with their camera. This QR code encodes this address. So they could, if they have a mobile wallet especially, they can scan it with their mobile phone, and then they're ready to send crypto directly to that address. And last thing I just saw here, account details, view on Etherscan. There's something called block explorers, and these let you look into the data that is being stored on the blockchain. So we can see that I was sent Ethereum from this address to my address. There's a transaction hash, and basically it's looking inside of my wallet, and We're going to get more in detail on this, but the blockchain is an open database. It's totally publicly accessible. Anyone can see what my account balance is. Anyone can see which addresses I've sent to, which addresses have sent to me, what decentralized applications I'm using. Just understand right now that the blockchain is a decentralized, it's a decentralized but publicly available database. The other thing I want to talk about is, what is a Web3 wallet? A Web3 wallet is many different things. I've got some adjectives, some fancy adjectives I want to tell you about. So think of it as a bank account. Right now it's storing my cryptocurrency in here. So yeah, it makes sense that it's a bank account. It's a permissionless bank account. When we created a Web3 wallet, no one needed to see our identity. No one needed to check our driver's license. We're totally anonymous. No one knows, except between you and me, that me, Travis Kassab, is connected with this account right here. Actually, what happened in the background when I create a Web3 wallet, it randomly generates a private key and then derives this public address from that private key. So it's permissionless and it's an anonymous bank account. No one knows that my identity is connected to this right now. It's also censorship resistant, which means that no government or individual or company, even the decentralized applications that I'm going to use later on down the road, can censor me and prevent me from using their services. No one can take this crypto from me. No one can freeze it in my bank account. We've seen recently governments freezing people's money in traditional bank accounts who dissent against the government. They have dissenting opinions, and the governments will actually go in and mess with their financial assets. When you go into the world of decentralization in Web3, you are now the sole custodian of your digital assets, including your cryptocurrency, and no one can censor you. It goes back to what I just said before about how the blockchain is it's a decentralized database, but it's publicly accessible. So there are no permissions that are needed to utilize the blockchain and its services. So these are very powerful things. These are very powerful Web3 properties, and we will see how the blockchain enables these at a more technical level in later videos. But right now I just want to keep it high level and talk about how this Web3 wallet is a permissionless, anonymous, and censorship-resistant bank account. And just a side note, it's actually more than a bank account. It's like your digital passport in Web3. It'll get you access to online communities. It's your identity, so people can look into your address and see what assets you own and what kind of NFTs and artwork you use. So yeah, your Web3 wallet can hold your NFTs and artwork and digital files for you as well. It's many different things. It will get you access to decentralized social media. So this is just a teaser for the other ways that you can use a Web3 wallet. It's very dynamic, and it's hard to pin down exactly what Web3 is. And this is my goal with these videos, not in this series, but videos further down the road, is to show you the emerging product categories within Web3, like decentralized social media, GameFi, metaverse, decentralized autonomous organizations, decentralized finance, crypto media like NFTs and artwork and generative art and all that really cool stuff. I'm trying to pin down what these categories are, and the Web3 wallet is the fundamental UI for getting access to those decentralized services. So it's much more than just a bank account, but it fundamentally is a bank account, and it is your central UI as a Web3 user. So I'll just stop there, and we will now get into I want to show step by step what happens when you send crypto to another person. So what I've done is I've created a new account. I've created a new account in this MetaMask right here. My wallet ends in 2116 for account 1, and this is 8284 for account 2. So I'm going to copy account 2. I'm going to go back to account 1, click send. This is really the main flow that people are going to go through, the main user flow that people will use within a Web3 wallet is send. So I go to send, I paste in the address for my second account within this wallet, but it would be the exact same if my friend had an account external to this MetaMask app and I wanted to send him Ether. And I have 0.19 Ether, so I want to send him 0.1 ETH. And I click next right here. And I'm going to pause on this summary screen and we're going to talk about what is happening, because these are some key concepts that will be new to first-time users of Web3. There's something called an estimated gas fee. This is the money that you need to pay in order to use the blockchain network. We're going to get more in detail on what a blockchain network is. It's a decentralized peer-to-peer database. And there are these nodes, there are these computers that make up the database called validators, and they accept incoming transactions and they process them. And why would they do this? Well, they do this because they're paid in Ether by people like me. We're going to send a transaction. I want to send money to my friend, which is going to update the Ethereum database. It's going to decrease my account by 0.1 ETH and increase his account by 0.1 ETH. And in order for these workers on the blockchain to do this, to incentivize them to do this, we're going to pay them a gas fee. All right. I'm going to get more in detail in another video on the software architecture and the mechanics behind a blockchain. And I know that just sounded really boring, but just trust me, I'll try to make it interesting. I'll keep emoji images and diagrams to keep you guys engaged and not get too technical with it. But we're paying them a gas fee right here. That's what this is. And then also you can see down here that it says likely in less than 30 seconds. That's interesting. When I use Visa, it's instantaneous. When I scan my credit card at the shopping center, it immediately will show up that my account has been decreased by this amount. So anyway, I'll continue on that in a second, but we're sending 0.1 ETH. I'm going to have to pay a gas fee to incentivize people to process this transaction. And then, so this is the total right here, amount plus gas fee. Makes sense? I click confirm. And now down in in activity, we see that there's a send transaction and that right now it is pending. Okay. And it should take in the next 10 to 30 seconds, we'll expect this to go from pending to success or confirmed. The two takeaways that I want you to get from this is that in order to use Web3 decentralized services, you need to pay a gas fee. This is a network fee. And it's the fee that it costs to use and to update the underlying blockchain database. And then there is a delay in the transaction that you send to the blockchain. It's not immediately processed. A centralized database like Visa they have the ability to process transactions very quickly. When you're using the blockchain, though, you have to expect some sort of delay. And on Ethereum, this delay is between 12 and 14 seconds. We'll get more into why that is the case. I'm not going to go into detail here, but I will in another video. But understand that you're paying a gas fee or a network fee, and that it requires some time in order for a transaction to be confirmed. And now that it has been confirmed, you can see that the Ethereum has been sent out of my account. And if we go over to here, that this account has received it as well. So that was a little bit about what a Web3 wallet is, just to give you some background. And then we went step by step through the send, so you could see the two properties of blockchain, that it requires a fee and that there's a delay. Now, send is kind of boring. It's like, yeah, like there are payment apps out there like Venmo and PayPal. So in the next video, we're actually going to venture into the Web3 ecosystem. We're going to connect our wallet into a decentralized application and use that application with our wallet to do something more interesting. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.